Welcome to NOLOFAX. This is a quiz of 10 fun trivia questions only a true Beatles fan can answer. You have 10 seconds to decide your answer to each question. Stick with us till the very end of the video and don't forget to comment how many questions you answered correctly. Now, let's get to the quiz. Question number 1. Who was the original drummer for the Beatles? A. Ringo Starr, B. Stuart Sutcliffe, C. Pete Best, or D. Bill Wyman? The right answer is C. Pete Best. Pete Best was the original drummer for the Beatles, performing with the band during its formative years in the early 1960s. He was replaced by Ringo Starr only a few days before the Beatles recorded their first hit single, Love Me Do. Question number 2. What Beatles song was written for Mia Farrow's sister? A. Honey Pie, B. For No One, C. Julia, or D. Dear Prudence? The right answer is D. Dear Prudence. The Beatles met Mia and Prudence Farrow while visiting Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in the summer of 1967. Prudence became obsessed with the meditative process and spent almost all of her free time in meditation. The others began to worry about her, and John wrote Dear Prudence as a plea for her to come out and play with the rest of the group. Question number 3. Which of the following songs contributed to the rumor that Paul had died? A. Strawberry Fields Forever, B. Hey Jude, C. Yesterday, or D. Penny Lane? The right answer is A. Strawberry Fields Forever. At the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John can be heard mumbling what sounds like "I buried Paul," which helped fuel the Paul is dead rumors. John would later claim that he was actually saying cranberry sauce. Question number 4. Which Beatles album required over 700 hours of recordings? A. White Album, B. Abbey Road, C. Let It Be, or D. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band? The right answer is D. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The Beatles embraced an increasingly experimental approach as they recorded Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band beginning in late November 1966. According to engineer Jeff Emmerich, the album's recording took over 700 hours. Question number 5. What is the only song John Lennon recorded completely by himself? A. In My Life, B. Julia, C. Only a Northern Song, or D. Mother? The right answer is B. Julia. John Lennon recorded Julia entirely by himself. Julia was written by Lennon for his mother, who died in a road accident in 1958. It is the only solo Lennon recording in the Beatles canon. Question number 6. On what show did the Beatles give their first live US television performance? A. The Tonight Show, B. Your Show of Shows, C. The Dick Van Dyke Show, or D. The Ed Sullivan Show? The right answer is D. Ed Sullivan Show. On 9th of February 1964, the Beatles gave their first live US television performance on The Ed Sullivan Show, watched by approximately 73 million viewers and over 23 million households. Question number 7. What was the Beatles' first film? A. A Hard Day's Night, B. Help, C. Magical Mystery Tour, or D. Yellow Submarine. The right answer is A. A Hard Day's Night. Directed by Richard Lester, A Hard Day's Night involved the band for 6 weeks in March-April 1964 as they played themselves in a mock documentary. The film premiered in London and New York in July and August respectively, and was an international success, with some critics drawing a comparison with the Marx Brothers. Question number 8. What Beatles song was released 25 years after the band's breakup? A. Devil in Our Heart, B. Free as a Bird, C. Blue Jay Way, or D. Golden Slumbers. The right answer is B. Free as a Bird. Free as a Bird was originally composed and recorded in 1977 as a home demo by John Lennon. In 1995, 25 years after the breakup of the band and 15 years after John's death, a studio version was released as a single incorporating contributions from Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. Question number 9. Who were the Beatles referring to as Sexy Sadie? A. Maharishi Yogi, B. Pattie Boyd, C. Jane Asher, or D. Prudence Farrow. The right answer is A. Maharishi Yogi. Maharishi Yogi was a spiritual guru that the Beatles met in India. He helped the band reach a meditative state. The song Sexy Sadie was originally entitled Maharishi, but when the Beatles got back to the US from India, George begged John to change it to Sexy Sadie if the song's to be used on the album. Question number 10. In which famous British rocker's home did George Harrison write Here Comes the Sun? A. Keith Richards, B. Eric Clapton, C. Manfred Mann, or D. David Bowie. The right answer is B. Eric Clapton. George Harrison wrote the song Here Comes the Sun in early 1969 at the country house of his friend Eric Clapton, where Harrison had chosen to play truant for the day to avoid attending a meeting at the Beatles' Apple Corps organization. Alright guys, with this we have reached the end of our quiz of 10 fun trivia questions about the Beatles. How many questions did you answer correctly? Let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked the quiz. For more interesting quizzes like this, click on our channel and of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you guys in the next one.